Hello moneymakers. Since 2007, when I was just a kid, this iconic scene from the Transformers has been the most watched car repairing video on the internet. But now, its era is over. Because this brand new niche is exploding so fast that within just 30 days of starting the channel, they are exploding with high views, earning a decent amount of money. When I first saw this channel's video, I actually scrolled past it, but there was something in its thumbnail that made me scroll up, take a second look at it, and finally, it made me click the video. And what I saw really impressed me. I don't know who first had this idea, but this is freaking simple and genius. The channel started uploading this content exactly 1 month ago, and so far, they have made a subscriber base of over 17,000 with around 3 million views in total. Their most popular video, which is already on its way to touch 1 million views, is currently sitting on 700,000 and was uploaded just 14 days ago. But why is it blowing so much? The very first hook is the classic vintage cars. We all carry a love for those cars, right? So people see a dead, broken car and instantly want to know if it can be saved. When the restoration process starts and every layer of dirt comes off, it gives a consistent mental satisfaction, so the brain keeps watching. There is no talking, no lecture, nothing to know or remember. So, anyone in the world can enjoy this without effort. The slow work feels honest and calming, like watching something heal in real time. And when the car finally looks alive again, it feels deeply satisfying. And not only the video, but its thumbnails are also playing a big game here. I tried to decode for 2 days why it hooked me so much that I had to scroll up to take a look again. I even showed it to my girlfriend, thinking if she could help. And then, she figured that it was the contrast they were creating in our minds. Notice closely, their thumbnails are showing a scrapyard, rust, mud, or dust. All the dirty things. But the title is clearly saying ASMR. So we start thinking subconsciously that ASMR is supposed to be something soothing, satisfying, or beautiful. But here it is showing something dirty. So, how is it ASMR? This gap or contrast, whatever you say, is creating a solid curiosity in our subconscious, tricking us into clicking and watching the video. So instead of guessing what actually moves the needle or copying what everyone else is doing, you're going to learn a system that's already proven. In the next few minutes, I will walk you through all the specific details you need to know and the steps you should follow to create exactly this kind of video using AI, covering everything from ideation to visual generation and thumbnail, one after another. And now let's grab a cup of coffee and let's get started with the most important question. Let me start with a harsh reality check first. Your viewers don't care if your idea is original. They care if it's satisfying to watch, and restoration content is satisfying because it follows a predictable pattern of transformation that hits the same dopamine buttons every single time. So, instead of brainstorming in a vacuum, you're going to visit competitor channels that are already succeeding, and you're going to look at their most popular videos and notice the patterns. In simple terms, your first step isn't creativity, it's validation. And once you know what's already working, you can move on to actually building your video. And that's where things get really interesting because the tool you're about to use changes everything. And using the specific approach I'll show you, you can get cinematic quality that actually looks like it was filmed in a real garage with real equipment, and the trick is breaking everything down into small controlled pieces that build on each other. So instead of asking AI to create your entire video in one go, you're going to structure your restoration into specific stages. Finding the abandoned car, cleaning off years of dirt and rust, dismantling the damaged parts, repairing or replacing what's broken, rebuilding the engine and body, applying fresh paint, polishing everything to a mirror finish, and then revealing the final transformation. Each of those stages gets broken down even further into individual scenes that are about 8 seconds long. When you structure it this way, every single moment moves the viewer closer to the finish line, because their brain is getting little hits of dopamine every few seconds as they see the car getting better and better. The process starts by copying the first prompt from the Google document, which is the one meant for video topic generation. And if you want the document, you can simply check the link in the description. But before we dive in, I want to quickly tell you about my exclusive school community. Inside, I share premium resources, proven prompts, step-by-step systems, and insider strategies that I don't share anywhere else. You'll also get direct access to me, weekly live calls, and a network of creators who are building channels just like you. If you're serious about growing faster and don't want to waste months figuring everything out alone, this community is the shortcut. You can find the link in the description and join today for $199 only. The reason it's better to use my prompts is they are so fine-tuned that they're not asking for creativity at all, but instead they focus on market validation and proven interest. It pulls ideas from categories that already have demand, like American muscle cars, European classics, or JDM legends, which are cars that already have built-in search volume and a loyal audience. And when the prompt is run, it generates 10 ideas with a single line explaining why each one holds attention, meaning the audience research is already happening before a video even exists. The car model can be changed if needed, but it is important to stay specific. Like I'm choosing the Aston Martin DB5, which was made famous by James Bond, because the audience is made up of car enthusiasts who want detail, accuracy, and maximum enjoyment, and specificity is what keeps them engaged. Next is the second prompt. This one controls how the scenes are built. Once it is pasted into ChatGPT and run, it breaks the restoration into small, controlled moments. The goal here is not storytelling, but clear, structured progression. Once we get all the scene generation prompts we will go for the third prompt. This converts scenes into video generation JSON, and this prompt turns ChatGPT into a cinematic engineer rather than a writer. You only have to enter the car name and scenes, and that's enough for it to work. Only the first 5 scenes are sent at a time due to context limits, and each scene is expanded into detailed fields like camera angle, lighting, physical action, material texture, and environment, leaving no room for guessing or errors. After those scenes are complete, the conversation is reset, and the next 5 are generated, then the next 5. When it's done, it's time to create the main thing, the visuals. Before we move ahead, let me be very clear about one thing. Everything you are seeing in this video, you can do it yourself. That is why I'm explaining the full process openly. But I also know the reality. Not everyone has the time. Not everyone wants to deal with tools, prompts, testing, and mistakes. And not everyone wants to wait months just to understand what actually works. When I started, I thought doing everything alone was the only option. I watched tutorials. I tested ideas. I failed more times than I can count. What slowed me down was not knowledge, it was execution. That is why I created my Done For You program. If you want, you can hire me and my team to create videos for you. We are already running 10 to 20 YouTube channels, and AI Maskman is one of them. These are real channels, real uploads, real results. Instead of you figuring everything out, we handle the work for you. We help you choose the right niche. Set up your channel properly, create videos in formats that are already proven, and build a system that can scale over time. I have added a link below where you can book a free call with me. We will talk, understand your goal, and see if this makes sense for you. No pressure, no fake promises. Now let's continue with the video. Most people assume they need expensive AI video tools with monthly subscriptions to create this kind of content, and they either give up before starting or they waste money on tools they don't actually need. The reality is that there's a tool most people don't even know exists that was originally built for enterprise teams and startups, and it offers unlimited usage with 0 content restrictions and no credit card needed. It's called Gemini Business. It's completely free and fully functional right now, and you can access it with any Gmail account in about 30 seconds. Once you're in the workspace, in the prompt panel, you're going to select Generate Video option, and this is where all that detailed prompt work you did earlier actually pays off because Gemini reads every single specification you gave it. The camera dolly speed, the way rust particles fall when they're brushed away, the exact angle of the lighting as it wraps around the car's body, and it uses all of that to create clips that look like they were shot with professional equipment. When you paste your first scene's prompt and hit generate, you're going to wait about 45 seconds, and then you'll see your clip. If you did the prompt right, it's going to look shockingly real with proper depth, accurate material textures, and lighting that actually behaves like it would in a physical space. Then you move to your second scene, paste that prompt, generate, and you get another clip that matches the quality and style of the first one, and you just keep repeating this process scene after scene until you've got all the clips that make up your full restoration sequence. Now you will run into one annoying thing where Gemini occasionally says its systems are overloaded, but don't panic, because that just means demand is high. If you keep clicking regenerate over and over, eventually it'll catch an open slot and your video will start generating like normal. Now, once you've got all your clips, you're ready to move into the editing phase, where everything comes together. The truth is that for restoration content, your editing needs to be clean and simple, because the whole point is to let the transformation speak for itself, without distracting viewers with flashy cuts or unnecessary effects. In short, the role of editing here is little to none. You can use any editing software you want, but something like CapCut works perfectly because it's free. All you're really doing is importing all your generated clips into the timeline and then arranging them in order from the first scene to the last, so the progression feels natural and continuous. If you want, you can add a voiceover narration where you talk about the process or tell a story about why you're restoring this particular car. But I won't recommend that, because that could be risky for ASMR channels. So, like our reference channel, I will leave it completely silent and let it be pure ASMR, where viewers just watch and listen to the sounds of tools and metal and progress happening. Either way works depending on what you're going for, but if you do add narration, keep it calm and conversational. Not overly energetic or salesy, because the whole vibe of restoration content is relaxing and meditative. Anyway, once your clips are arranged, you just export the video, and you're ready to upload. Because it doesn't need any transition, background music, or captions, but you can add a title in the beginning if you want, like I added the car name, because it looks pretty cinematic. Apart from that, honestly, the whole editing process shouldn't take just 10 to 20 minutes, because you're not trying to win an Oscar here, you're just trying to create something people enjoy watching. Now that your video is ready, the last piece you need is a thumbnail that actually gets people to click, and that's what we're covering next. At the beginning of this video, I already told you how crucial a role the thumbnail was playing. So we also need to create exactly same style of thumbnail for our video, right? So this thumbnail should be an image of a heavily rusted car, with muted colors and visible decay, and there's usually a human element, like a hand holding a tool or someone standing next to the car, because that makes it feel real and grounded. The rust texture needs to be aggressive enough to look shocking, the lighting should be moody and cinematic, like it's pulled from a documentary, and the background should feel industrial and authentic, not fake or overly polished. When someone scrolls past your thumbnail, their brain should process the story in less than a second. This car is broken, and something is about to happen. And that creates just enough tension to make them click because they want to see the payoff. I will generate thumbnails image using Whisk AI tools because it's free, fast, and delivers amazing results. You can just copy the thumbnail prompt from my prompt doc, and you will get something that looks professional and click-worthy without needing Photoshop skills or design experience. The key is that your thumbnail should promise transformation, but not show the final result. Because if people can already see the after photo in the thumbnail, they have no reason to watch the video. Now it brings us to the final piece of the puzzle, which is understanding why this system actually scales instead of dying after 1 or 2 videos. Most people think YouTube's success is about going viral with one big video, and then they're disappointed when that video does well, but nothing happens after. The reality is that virality is actually less valuable than consistency because the algorithm doesn't reward variety. It rewards predictable viewer behavior. When you upload videos in the same format using the same style targeting the same audience, YouTube starts to understand exactly who your content is for, and it gets better and better at recommending your new videos to people who watched your old ones. So, your second video gets recommended to everyone who watched your first. Your third video gets recommended to everyone who watched your second, and by the time you hit video 10 or 15, YouTube isn't testing you anymore, it's trusting you. That's when distribution stops feeling like luck and starts feeling like inevitability. This is why faceless restoration channels don't grow slowly, they scale fast. Because once the algorithm understands your format and your audience, it starts compounding your reach with every upload. Basically, you're not chasing virality. You're building a machine that produces reliable results every single time you upload. Because each new video reinforces the pattern and attracts more of the right viewers who will keep coming back for more. But you know what? None of these matters if you do not execute. Knowing the system is not the same as using it. You can watch this, agree with it, then go back to waiting. Months later, nothing has changed. Others who watch the same video will already have multiple uploads live. The difference is not talent, luck, or resources. It is action. People delay because they want to learn more or be perfect. Your first video will not be great, and that is normal. Everyone starts that way. You improve by uploading, learning, and uploading again. The tools are free. The system works. The only real obstacle is choosing not to upload. So who do you want to be in 6 months from now? Will you regret starting or regret waiting? When this space gets crowded, where will you be? If someone else uploads this week and builds momentum, why not you? And if you think this niche doesn't suit you, subscribe to the channel for more proven systems and tutorials so you can get what suits you. You can also let me know in the comments which niche you want to know about. See you soon.